So, which is interesting. I go to the airport, half happy, half apprehensive, more apprehensive than happy, because I had given a word to her, and I'm going to go to America. I had told my family I'm going to America. The medical students had already given a farewell party. So I said, God, I can't go back on it. So here I get. I said, my aeroplane, I said, I want to stop over in England.
England, yeah.
This was a flight of Lufthansa. So Lufthansa flight, so I said, I will go to Bhagwant Singh Cannon. You know Mr. Cannon?
Yeah.
So I sent him telegraph. In those days, it was not the
No
telephone.
yeah.
So I sent him a telegraph.
No reptile?
No reptile.
So he got my telegraph, but my telegraph was written Amrik Singh.
Yeah.
So there was another Amrik Singh there who was his friend. So he says, I wrote down, I'm reaching London at this time. So he said, well, good, he's coming by to give a telegram. So he could not connect to me. So here I get down in the Heathrow airport, and he didn't come to see me. And I had only $8 which I had brought from India. So I thought, what to do? So I had a small bag with me. And one story which I didn't tell you is that when I picked up my suitcase in London, as I bent down, the seam of the pant tore up. Now I took my shirt out, so let it hang down. So I get out with my this thing. So there are Punjabi taxi drivers. I said, do you, any of you know, the man with this name, they normally call him doctor. And he's from a city called Qadian. And there's another man with this name, and he lives in so-and-so place. So they started talking to each other. There are 6, 7 Punjabi taxi drivers. One guy said, yeah, I know it. I back at the middle, we take me
Take to his house.
And I don't know how far this place was. He took me there. I knocked at the door. He was surprised to see me because I used to be doctor for him and his family, this guy. So he was happy to have me. You know, this guy didn't charge me anything for taxi.
Taxi guy, yeah.
Taxi guy, I said my friend can pay and then I won't charge. So he didn't charge me. Then I stay with this friend of mine. He wanted to treat me well. He says, I'm going to take you to the Brighton seaside resort. I'm going to take you this thing.
Museum.
And in my own mind, I had gone through all this trauma. And I had jet lag. He will take me. He says, now this is a little casino. In those days, the British penny was very big. He says, now we're going to put this penny and this will happen. So he said, I'm going to give you so many of these, play this slot machine. We played there. He'll put me in a car and I'll sleep. He'll wake me up again. The first time I realized, he opened his refrigerator and there was orange juice in cans. So he said, you know, I'm going to give you orange juice. He opened the can, just like we do. And you know, in India, there were no canning or orange juice, anything. So, in any case, I enjoyed this friend of mine. And I told him when my flight was off.
What was his name?
Harbhajan was his name. And
Then Parman also you met.
yeah, I met a couple of others.
Another friend.
Then, you know, once I met one man,
He invited
there's so
others.
many friends whom I knew. He says, you know, you're so-and-so's here. So they all got together, they took care of me. So after that, they put me back on the airport. And,
How long were you there for?
I'm 2 days.
Did you see Kala?
No.
Bhajan Singh was...
No, Carlo, he couldn't connect to
Carlo, I could
Carlo.
not connect because all I did is I sent him a telegram and he felt very sorry. He thought he mistook me for the other guy. So in any case, after traveling and they showed me this place, they had come to England 4 or 5 years earlier than me. So they were more acquainted. So we sort of traveled around, they took very good care of me and next day we dropped me. So here I come to New York and from New York I take a flight to Cincinnati. So in Cincinnati, they sent a security guard from the hospital. And this guy had the uniform of an army general. Archie? This security guard they sent to pick me up from the Cincinnati airport. I saw his uniform like an army general. He had the badge, all kind of thing. And he's pacing Mr. Singh wanted, Mr. Singh wanted. So they're paging me. So ultimately I'm walking around. So I asked somebody, I'm Mr. Singh. No, Dr. Singh. So that guy came to me, I looked at him. So he put me in his car and he's taking me to the hospital. So I said, are you an army officer? He said, no, I'm a security guard.
Bill.
So he took me over there and gave me a room, and there was a guy who was in charge of our cooking, Mr. Murphy. There are a few other Indian doctors there.
Two more were there.
Two
Three,
more,
three,
two
yeah.
more, and he said, I know you Indians don't want to eat beef and other things, so I have brought chicken for you. So he had specially made, gave us a kitchen where you could
Attached
cook
to
Indian
your rooms,
food,
you know.
and some will eat in the cafeteria, some will eat there. So after a day, I got so frustrated, I said, I'm going to write a letter home. So I asked one of the Indian guys, I said, do you have these? In those days, letters were like this.
The
Aerogram.
480
Aerogram.
aerograms, yeah.
So I said, you have a letter for India? He says, I have only one. I said, well, where? He says, there's a post office there. Maybe one day you can go and get it. I didn't have a car. So then ultimately, as we were talking, one other guy said, here is a letter. In that letter, I wrote the highest frustration of my life. I wrote that because what happened, in hospital was all right. If I go out, the kids will follow me with the turban. Genie, genie, genie. So I inside thought, I did not have a return ticket. If I had a return ticket, I was gone. So I wrote letters that why don't you come quickly, otherwise I'm coming back. So a letter after letter is going, she's sitting in Delhi, and my brother-in-law, Gugu's father, he said, doctor is really upset there. He's writing is very frustrated. So mom came with in lap, Rosie, picking up Rosie.
Then you borrowed money.
Yeah, I borrowed money from a friend of mine. So he said, it's interesting, he'd come like me, he gave me $100. He said, when are you returning? After, I said, 30 days. I returned.
How long was it between when you were in Cincinnati and Mom came?
It was 20 days or
20.
25 days.
But 20
I
days
came
a
on
day.
16th or something.
So if
July.
you're a single, isolated person who you know nobody, you can't call on telephone anybody. And everybody is different and you are different. So it was a stress.
Did you have any friends?
What
No.
friend? I finally made friends.
Even the general security guard?
No, he gave us his house. He rented half of his
So
house to us.
ultimately when she
He
came,
was the best person
so he
we
was
met.
very nice. So he gave us a part, he had 2-level house.
Yeah.
He charged only $100 a month.
Fully furnished, utensils, linen,
everything,
towels,
And
everything.
we visited him then after he retired, he went to Florida and we went to see him there, stayed with him for a few days.
That's nice.
So this was coming to United States.
His wife was a nurse in hospital, so she used to do babysitting when Rosie will come back from nursery. So she
Very
used
nice.
to take care till we come home. Ruth,
Yeah.
Bill and Ruth.
Yeah.
Okay.